Success. What does it take to be successful at what you do? With ahead of their game, I intend to find out. Why do some people get further ahead in their field? Is it passion? Is it luck? Or sheer hard work? Or a combination of these things? Let's find out. Join me for lots of tips, tons of inspiration in order to lead you on your way to the top. My name's Graham Janelli, and let's get to it.
Right, Samant, really great to see you.
Hi, nice.
How are you doing? Tell us a little bit about what you do.
So basically, from sort of college, I've done a coaching course with a company called David Campbell Soccer Schools. I'd done a couple of years sort of college previous to that in media and sports science, but it wasn't really. I didn't really want to go to university, so I obviously always had an interest in football, so went on this course and got a job at the end of it. Stayed with David Campbell for about 2 years. And that was a really good grounding for me for how to coach, how to work with children, and that was over in Liverpool. So I worked with some great players, younger players, and then sort of from that just went and sort of came and set up on my own. Had a bit of a weird sort of transition to work for myself because it wasn't something I'd always wanted to do. But I had a dream. Oh
really?
I had a dream, yeah. And I had a dream about setting up a soccer school on my own because obviously I always wanted to sort of better myself. But I wasn't very good in school. Wasn't educated to a high level. Wasn't suitable for university. So yeah, I always wanted to better myself, and I had this dream. And the next day it was a Saturday night. I always remember it. And on a Sunday we went to watch. I went to watch a football, like Super Sunday at my friend's house. And a friend said to me, I had someone said to me today, you should start your own soccer school. And I was like, wow, last night I had a dream about that. So that gave me like the thought process, you need to do something like that. That was a bit of a sign to me that you should do something. So I came up with the name, sort of Soccer at School. Everyone asked me why it's not football at school. I said it just doesn't rhyme. So I came up with that name. A friend of mine, Phil, said to me, used a little acting because it was 2008 I set up. So it was sort of, that was everyone was using the internet sort of then and using the @ symbol. So I came up with that. And it went from there really.
So going back to taking you back to your playing years when you were playing, what's your most memorable moment as a player?
So most memorable moment football wise would be I played for Colwyn Bay and we beat FC United 1-0 playoff final. And we won 1-0 and John Newby scored. He used to play for Liverpool, and that season was quite a high and low season for me. At the start of the season I left and went to Chester pre-season, but didn't really get into the team. Even though I dropped down the league, it was like the reformation, if I don't know at Chester. And I was one of the first sort of players to sign in the first batch. Neil Young was the manager, he was my manager at Poole Vicks, and Colwyn Bay. And he obviously left and went to Chester, and he took me with him. And I sort of went there and didn't obviously get in the team. Was really gutted about that because they were playing in front of 3,000-4,000 a week. It was something that I really wanted to do. But he had sort of an open budget, so he could sign whoever he wanted. So he brought in players who were probably played at a higher level than me. So I had to sort of go back to Colwyn Bay with my tail between my legs. Dave Chandler was manager then. Charles took me back, and it took me a little bit of a while to get into the team. So that season we'd done really well. The team had done really well, and we were pushing into the playoffs. And I was sort of in and out of the team. I could play on various roles, so filling at right back, left back, played centre mid. And we signed Max Power, who was Stranya, played for Stranya. Max. We signed Max on loan, and he was in midfield, and I was sort of in behind him. And he had he'd come to the end of his loan, and Tranmere wouldn't renew his loan. So I sort of got my spot then in the team.
I mean, I know you as a player, very aggressive, intelligent, scrappy, you name it, lived it. And what qualities do you think helps you on a day-to-day basis now as a player?
I always, I mean, when we teach the kids and coaching, it's my attitude is my strongest sort of something that was really passionate about my attitude, and I had to have my attitude right. That was the one thing that I had going for me. You know, even when things weren't going my way, I'd still work hard, or you know, I would say I was a good teammate. I don't know if others agree with that, but I'd say I was a good teammate, good, vocal on the pitch, and always try to support my teammates. And that's what I try and instill to the children that I coach now, is to have that right attitude. Because a lot of players have got more ability than me, but probably didn't have the attitude that I had, and they didn't tend to last as long. I think that's why I lasted so long and at so many clubs.
When did you stop playing then?
I think it was about 2015, maybe 14, 15, something like that. I was old.
And that transition then to doing what you do now, you know, you obviously really enjoy what you do. I mean, my two kids were here at your soccer one, you know, thoroughly enjoyed it. And I remember you saying to us that you know, time flies. That's a really good sign of someone who genuinely enjoys their job.
Yeah, no, we started, as I say, with the soccer, we started in 2008, and I had my first child 2009, so it's been like nearly 15 years, 15, 16 years, so it has flown by, but you know, it's something that I love doing. It's not, I don't really see it as a job. I know it is a job, but it's something that I love doing, and one thing that's really good about the area that we're in, we have lots of good footballers, both boys and girls. We've got lots of, on the Wirral, there's hundreds of teams that play football, so there's hundreds of children that want to play football, and we've just got to try and provide the right environment for them to learn. That's one thing I think is really important, is to create the right environment for them to want to come and play footy, and then we can put on a session for them.
People may say, you know, they might not understand what goes on behind the scenes. So what do people maybe not understand or get wrong about what you do you think?
I think obviously a lot of people just think it's a babysitting service, and I try and hopefully think that we're much more than that. You know, a lot of the children we work with have come for a number of years, so we've seen them grow from 4-year-olds up to sort of 12. A few of the children that are here today, I've worked with them since they were, you know, first started playing football. And you know, I try and provide a consistent sort of facility for them to enjoy playing football.
And like rewarding for you as well. Like
it's great to see them develop. Not just as football as well, but to see the personality and the confidence grow. I've got 2 children myself, and I can see, you can tell when someone's not confident, a child's not confident, and you know, that's one thing that as an adult you can do, is just to support them, is to get the confidence out of them. That's one thing I love seeing, especially around football, and any sport as well. Making children confident to go and express themselves. I think that's the best thing.
You can actually hear that they're really happy, like in the distance, which is great. I'm leaving that in. That so like, talking about what you're doing now and the future, like what would you like to see in the future, or how long, where do you see this going basically?
Yeah, no, so I know it's always a good question. My wife asks me that a lot, but I work, so alongside with the soccer school, I also work for another company called Essential. So I deliver a personal best program, and it's like a mindfulness program as well, and I deliver that in curriculum time, and I also do deliver PE lessons, PE classes with my school. So long term, that's where I want to stay. That's where my strengths are. I love delivering. I love working with children. I love, you know, delivering PE and football. So I can combine both of them. Is what I want to do. How long it lasts for, I don't know. 41 next week.
But sometimes you see like you want to get involved as well. Having you do have that still feel.
I
love to still
play. Yeah, I still play now. I still play Let's football now. So
where do you play?
We play for a team called Merseyville, so local. So we have a local vets league now. So still play, still active, still want to try and stay healthy, try and stay fit. but it is a lot harder now than it used to be. But I enjoy it. I love football. I love playing football. So yeah, once I stop playing, I want to do a little bit of coaching and stuff, and I do miss it. I'd love to get back into coaching and adult football as well, but it's just a bit too much time. I don't have enough time on my hands at the moment to do that.
Well, you sound like you're busy enough at what you're doing. Well, thanks so much for talking to us. I really appreciate it.
Brilliant.
And best of luck for the rest of the year.
Cheers, brilliant.
For more information, go to soccerschoolwirral.co.uk, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and on YouTube at Ahead of Their Game.